Hello crafters and swappers. This is a really quick tutorial on how I made the tassel I created for the loaded banner swap. And I'm doing this just so you don't have to go around searching and searching on YouTube for tassels if you've never made one before. It's just a really simple and basic way to make a tassel, and I will show you the different options you have to hang your tassel. So basically all you're going to do is gather whatever types of medium or trims that you want to use on your tassel. So it could be anything from what you see here. I've got lace, ribbon, and seam binding. You can use any kind of trims, cords, twines, leather strips, cloth strips, even ripped up cloth strips. So, whatever matches the aesthetic of your banner. And so you're going to cut them to make approximately 5 to 6 inch tassel. You're going to cut them at around 12 to 14 inches in length. I'm not too particular. You want it to be a little bit longer than what you want your tassel to be in the end without the top. And so I'm just going to fold these over, and that's all there is to it. I just fold these over, and then at this point, I'm going to decide how I want to hang it. So, like, see if I wanted to do like a keychain ring or a large jump ring. This is where I'd put that on now. And I have this large jump ring here. And believe it or not, this is large enough. Um, it doesn't have to be super large unless you want that keychain. And then you definitely want something larger. But maybe you want to put this and then the keychain attached to this as well. So um, if you're going to do that, you need to make sure it's a ring. It is a jump ring that you can open and shut. Um, or something, or this could be a solid ring, and then it's just as long as you're able to loop your keychain on it. Okay, does that make sense? See, I'm not a big jewelry maker, so I know I'm not saying the words right. Um, so anyway, this would be big enough though to string on, and then it would be on that cute little ring like that, and then I could attach a lobster clasp to that. And then there you go. And then I'd have of course, I'd make my knot here, and then I'd have my tassel. I could add any beads. I could add a little string of beads from this ring right here. I don't have to add it onto the knot where I tie the knot. I could add little charms right along here if I wanted. And so there's so many options, right? So what if you don't want to use any kind of metal, jewelry, stuff or all? Oh, by the way, you could use a wooden ring too. It doesn't have to be metal, right? It can be just about anything. And so I'm going to just kind of line those up again. So I made a loop with this ribbon just to show you that you can use any kind of ribbon or cord to hang your tassel. And I've made this one, it doesn't have to be this big of a loop. I just made mine this big so that it will be easy to show you on camera and I don't have to struggle with it. And so there you go. So that's all there is to that. And then I would just tie my knot, and there I would have just a textile or ribbon, lace, tassel, whatever you want to use. So no jewelry, metal pieces required. Now, if you want to do something like a beaded tassel, and believe me guys, there are some great tutorials for this. I'm just going to, in my clumsy and inexperienced manner, show you how I did mine. And so this is way too long of a piece of wire, but that's okay. So I'm just going to thread that or fold that in half over the wire. I'm going to twist it. And I have found that if I take those, if I can find mine here, if these flat nose pliers and pinch that where I've started twisting it, and then I just keep, I'm going the wrong way. Oh my gosh, you guys. Yeah, see what I mean? You do not have to be even that smart to do this. Okay, so Okay, I've twisted it up there. It's really nice and tight, and so I'm going to cut this side off, and then I'm going to take those same flat pliers and kind of just squeeze that together. And that bead is, the bead's going to cover up where that little part of the wire is that I cut it, where I cut it off. And then, oh my gosh, this is way too long, guys, but that's okay. I just want to show you. Now, if you're doing a lot of beads, if you want really lots of beads on the top, you are going to need that extra wire. So you could do that too. You could add a lot more beads. I've seen that done before. They're really pretty, really kind of boho. And I've seen where they put beads on this part of the tassel, or tied the ribbon in knots here and there, and kind of or some braided stuff down there, kind of like some macrame looking stuff going on. So, I mean, gosh, you guys, there's so many different things to do. You know what? I need to put this one on too, or else it's going to be hard to tie or to loop the knot. You need something to kind of close that off there if you have a wide bead or a wide hole. Okay, so then you're just going to take these little, whatever these are called. See, you really don't even know. And then you just make a loop with your wire. And then I'm going to take these again to hold it in place, and I'm going to wrap that wire around just once. Then I'm going to take these wire cutters. Oh my gosh, I hope I'm in frame for this, you guys. I don't want to do this tutorial again. And I'm just going to kind of squeeze that together. Okay, this isn't pretty, guys, because I'm just really trying to do this tutorial quickly. And so now I'm going to make my little knot. And I just used seam binding, and I kind of twisted the ribbons around so that they cover up the wire. And then I left enough for a tail on that side, and it's almost easier sometimes to use something thinner, but this is what I used on my original tassel. So I kind of just pressed it down and squeezed it together and made it work. So I'm going to tie a knot. I hope I'm in frame, guys. I really hope I've been in frame. And then again, I'm going to just adjust it there and make it look pretty. I'm just going to pretend I do that for this video. That knot's looking a little not quite where I want it to be, but that's okay. And then I just strung my charm through this seam binding here, and then I tied it in a bow. Or I tied it in another knot, and then I tied it in a bow. So I just gave myself enough seam binding to do that. So anyway, that's my tassel. I know this one's looking hurting, but I took a lot of the stuff out that I had originally in there because I just want to be able to manipulate it quickly and show you the different ways you could do it. Basically, this is just a really rough how-to. I didn't want you to have to search all over YouTube just so you could make your tassel for the swap. I wanted you to have the basic understanding of it. If you are looking for a particular style or a little bit more expertise and know-how, feel free to do that. But I did want to just have something that you could refer to quickly and be able to make your tassel and get on with it. So anyway, so thanks for watching, you guys. I can't wait to see your tassels. Bye.